Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's July 8th, 2022, and day that had some sun and clouds, gave way to mostly clouds, and a few very scattered showers, but there was one that went over parts of the southwestern part of Nassau County, parts of Brooklyn, some that have been over New Jersey, as you see here, but nothing really substantial. I mean, they're mostly rain, not really any thunderstorms at all. Looking at the satellite, you can see the slow-moving cold front slowly trying to sink southward here as we get into tomorrow. But there really shouldn't be too much rain tonight, especially over Long Island, maybe a little more over New Jersey. Looking at the current conditions outside, you can see it's still sort of humid out there. Dew points in the 60s on Long Island, and you can see in Jersey here. We're kind of zoomed out a little bit, but I figured I'd do it this way. You can see dew points around 70 there at Lakehurst, but if you look at Farmingdale, dew point is 63, but it's still a little humid out there. 72 with a dew point is 63, so moderate levels of humidity. Not extremely humid, but it's definitely enough to feel it, that's for sure. So let's go over what our highs were for the day. And you can see a big difference in the highs on Long Island, generally low 80s, because we got some sun and it we had a strong sea breeze, so we really only made it to the low 80s. But if you look over in Jersey, you'll see upper 80s there, so it definitely was hotter there. Obviously, with the window off the ocean here, it keeps things cooler between that and the cloud cover and everything. You could see again, though it is showing 88 in Carl Place. That I do not buy. I think it was more like 83. That's what Manhasset said for Nassau County. So generally low 80s across Long Island, and then more like mid 80s in the city, and then upper 80s as you headed toward New Jersey. If we go look at our precipitation today, some areas did wind up seeing more rainfall than others, so let's go take a look at those areas right now. And you can see where the rain fell. You can see there was some shower here that went over, gave a half an inch actually to Valley Stream there. But you can see nothing in the rest of Long Island. New York City got 0.34 from that shower. And then if we go into central Jersey, that's where the higher amounts were. You can see some quarter inch. Though I heard from somewhere that some of these, here's some of the cells produce like a half an inch. Some of the ones over here, over northern parts of Jersey as you head into the mountains here. So before we go to the weekend and the weather, we're just going to go to the tropics here and talk about Bonnie, which is still going right now. It is still going, and it's been there for a while. Tropical storm Bonnie, maximum wind 65 miles an hour. It looks like it's weakened a little bit as it's moved into cooler water. And you can see it's moving west at 18 miles an hour. So this thing is just continuing to move, but not making any threats toward land at all. As far as the rest of the tropics go, it's been kind of quiet. So let's go and take a look at the forecast for this weekend and into next week. So we'll first start with this weekend, and then we'll look at next week. So you'll see here comes that high pressure that's going to be coming down, pushing this front to the south. You can see rain over southern New Jersey. So the southern half of New Jersey, we'll see rain tomorrow, but we'll just see a mix of sun and clouds. And as that high builds down further, we should have much more sunshine for Sunday, drier air as well. And then that high is still in control Monday, but you see more of that return flow set up. And then as we head into next week, you'd see there's a little bit of a ridge there that tries to get going. There is a front that's going to try to make it through by later in the week and bring us nice weather as we head to the later part of next week. All right. So let's go take a look at the HRRR model now, and we'll look at the way things are going to look for this weekend. In fact, we still don't have enough of it in yet. We don't have all of it in yet. Believe it or not, it feels like it's taking its time. So you know what? Because of that, we'll have time to actually back things up and look at the upper air pattern. Let's go to that right now. So when we look at the upper air patterns, it's the jet stream pattern now. As we head, you can see that little trough there come through. That helps bring that front through. It's still a very unusual looking jet stream. But luckily, the trough, we don't have the ridges in the east. And that's what's protecting us. As that other trough that comes through, a very unusually shaped trough that basically just gives the northeast relief, and while everybody else is just suffering with the heat. And then you can see, though, we do start to see some more, what looks like some more. We still generally see this ridge in the center of the country with general northwest flow aloft for the northeast. So that kind of keeps most of the heat away from us. So if we go and we look at the upper air here, and this is the GFS that we are looking at here, Again, you see that little trough there. But you see, as we move this along, that there's not really huge ridges. Toward the end of the period, it looks like that stronger ridge in the center of the country might bring some more sustained above normal temperatures for us. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at the temperature anomaly index. So as we head into the weekend, you'll see we'll be near normal to slightly below normal. And then the next week, we'll have a couple of warm days, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think. Then the cold front moves through and we drop to near to below normal again. But then as we head into the longer part of the period, you'll start seeing some more heat start to try to spread eastward. We'll have to see if this actually verifies, but it's trying to build that ridge eastward toward the east as we head toward the latter part of the month. All right, so now let's go back to the HRRR, and we'll have more. We have most of it in now. Okay, so I wanted to cover that because over the weekend I'm not going to talk about it. I might even take a break from doing the weather updates on the weekend. We'll see. Well, it depends on how the weather turns out. But you see tomorrow here, I probably won't because it's important that we talk about the weather. I'm not going to give that up. So you'll see there's the showers over Jersey. But for the most part, we're not going to see much of any rain at all anymore. What we saw today was very scattered, and we're not really going to see any more. And then we're dry right through the rest of the weekend there. That high starts to move offshore. That's going to bring the warming trend as we head toward Monday. So let's look at the dew points and wind flows. And you see the drier air trying to get in here tomorrow. And it looks like the winds go northeast by the morning there. That drier air does make it into Long Island. We have a northeast to east flow. Drier air sinks in, and then it get a little bit we get a little more of a return flow back to the south again, which will bring probably a sea breeze there, bringing the dew points back up again. After we get into that drier air, the dew points will come back up again. And this is just for Long Island. Jersey, southern part of Jersey, is probably not going to see this. And then you see that easterly flow there, bringing a little more moisture in again. But then the dry air eventually gets in here by Sunday. But you can see we're on the fringe of it, though. So we're not really going to get into those super low dew points in the 30s and 40s. We'll have dew points probably in the 50s probably. That's because of the easterly flow, because that high is sliding by to the north. So now let's go and we will look at the temperatures. So here we are. The temperatures for and overnight, it's not probably going to get that much cooler than it is right now, probably mid-60s. And for tomorrow, it looks like it's actually getting quite warm tomorrow now. So tomorrow, it looks like we're going to see highs well into the mid-80s across, and maybe even upper 80s to around 90 in northern New Jersey. The only thing that keeps Toms River in the southern part of Jersey cooler is the rain. This is kind of surprising, but that's what's going to cause the sea breeze to develop. And you see there it is. There's the sea breeze in the afternoon. So tomorrow's going to wind up being a little bit on the warm side, which to me seems like there's going to be some sunshine tomorrow, at least on the HRRR model. But then you'll see those temperatures really drop tomorrow night. They'll start dropping to the low 60s, and then for your Sunday, it'll be much cooler with highs only in the upper 70s to around 80 with that northeast to east flow. It's a cool wind direction for us. So that is the HRRR there. And this HRRR does not give sky cover on this model. It only has simulated IR satellite. All right, so that's why I don't really use this. But if you look at this, you'll see it's generally giving us almost mostly sunny conditions by late morning. And then a few more clouds kind of roll in toward the afternoon. So we may have a period of mostly sunny skies for part of tomorrow, particularly in the early part of the day. At least that's what the HRRR is thinking. But let's go now to the GFS. So we'll go here. Look at the GFS here. And we can look at the temperatures on the GFS because I want to actually go to dew points here. So I'll kind of show you the same thing here, what's going to happen. So you see that dry air try to build in, but then it kind of gets pushed back a little bit. But then you can see a stronger northeast flow there. But again, we're not going to get into the core of the dry air because of that wind direction being from the east. So it won't be bone dry, but it'll be a lot. Dew points in the mid-50s should be pretty comfortable. And those dew points stay low on Monday as well, despite a wind shifting to the south. But then you see the humidity coming in here on Tuesday with the southwest wind, and this is why we use this to visualize the fact that you can already tell by looking at this Tuesday is going to be quite warm to hot. And then Wednesday could be really brutal before this cold front comes through, which it seems like it wants to come through later in the day. And then we have the winds going to northwest. And then for your Thursday, we have that north to northeast flow again. which will bring us the drier air. And then as we get into Friday, you'll see again we have the dry air in place with a light to north to northeast flow. All right, that's as far as I'm going to go on the dew points. So now let's go and look at the temperatures. As we look at the temperatures here, and you see the GFS not quite as warm as the HRRR, but it could wind up being warm tomorrow before that sea breeze kicks in. And then for Sunday, you will see here temperatures will be cooler. All right, but then as we make it our way into Monday, you can see things are going to heat up now, mid-80s, maybe some 90 temperatures in parts of Jersey there, and then things will really heat up on Tuesday. Here you go. We're going to be dealing with a pretty hot day across northern, probably a good part of Nassau County is going to get 90 or above, 90s in Jersey, even into the Hudson Valley, and the only relief's really going to be on the South Shore. It's where it's going to be cooler. Right on the South Shore is best bet. Of course, more of a stronger sea breeze the further east you head. And then as we head into Wednesday, you see it's going to be really brutal again. And with that sea breeze out, I think a lot of us are going to see 90s because of that wind shifting. So we're going to have a pair of brutal days next week, unfortunately. It's not unexpected as we head into July. But then as you head to Thursday, you'll see temperatures drop into the 80s. All right? So let's go and look at the skies next on this. And we'll use this for the skies first, and then I'll use some of the higher resolution models. So here you go for Saturday. You can see that clearing just to the north. The question is how much of that gets in here. HRRR seems to think more of it gets in here. Sunday, we're mostly sunny across Long Island. But if you're in Jersey, you might be hanging on to some clouds. But Sunday is probably the best day of the weekend. All right. And then Monday, we should also have plenty of sunshine, but you'll see some more of those high clouds coming in. Tuesday, we'll have that sun and high clouds. Here we are Wednesday, and we'll probably have sun. We'll probably have some clouds giving way to sun. And that's a cold front coming through. And then Thursday, you could see we will have more clear skies behind that front and Thursday into Friday. All right. But I don't like using the GFS because it's very misleading because of its low resolution. So let's go to the RGEM next on the skies. And here's what happens for tomorrow. So you can see we're on the northern periphery of the clouds. And, you know, I still think there'll be some clouds hanging around. Probably have some cirrus around for at least a good part of the day. I don't think you'll have a clear sky. It's Sunday that we get these clouds far enough to the south. You should be able to get a clear sky on Sunday. It should be a nice sunny day. Though maybe some scattered cumulus inland perhaps. But it should be a nice sunny day. And, of course, especially if you're in the heart there of New England, Massachusetts, that's where the dry air will be. And as we head into Monday, you'll see some more of those higher level cloud. Very little bit of it, though. It's very scattered, so expect a good deal of sunshine. Really going to have a good deal of sunshine. Not much rain, so it's going to be kind of dry. So let's go to the other models here for skies. Let's go to the NAM. And I'll make this back to the 18Z here. You get a chance of this. So you can see it keeps the clouds around for Long Island. So don't expect, it'll be a partly sunny day tomorrow. It's Sunday. That's really going to be a very nice day, I think. When we get rid of most of these clouds. That's when we'll have a really, really nice day. Let me lastly go to the Ventus sky because this also can chart out clouds as well. And this would give us, this does use the HRRR's output for us clouds. So that's why I want to kind of use that. So we look at tomorrow here. And that's really the main tricky part of the forecast. So you can see it's like a well-defined line of clearing to the north. You're clear. 11 o'clock, you can see that clear air builds in. And we have mostly sunny skies. But then as we get toward the afternoon, these clouds start creeping back in. There's one, and then boom, they're back in here at 3 o'clock. So we'll have to see how far that pushes. And again, this is because this front is going to kind of stall out, and then it's going to kind of move back a little bit before it finally sinks to the south later as we get toward Sunday. So if we look at Sunday on here, you'll see. Here's 9 o'clock, still kind of hanging on to the clouds. Wow, this is really slowing. 11 o'clock, still hanging on to the clouds. So we would have to wait until the afternoon to clear out. I hope this is wrong. This is going to suck if that... What is going on here? That goes from that to that. All right, yeah, there's some kind of issue with the model that far out. Oh, I see. It's switching between models. I see. This is the HRRR. This is the icon. I think the HRRR is having some kind of issue as we head towards Sunday. Hopefully it's wrong. I think it's the only model that's doing that, so I wouldn't be too concerned. I can look at one other model, and that would be the European model, the windy.com model as far as clouds go. So let's go to that. This is the current model. This is the European model now. So you get an idea. You can see this front kind of just gets hung up to the south, and then we push this down to the south, and then hopefully Sunday push enough of it to the south. It should be pushed well to the south. So I don't know what the HRRR is thinking. I think it's just wrong. So we shouldn't have anything to worry about. Sunday is our nice day. We better have it because, boy, do I need to get to the Pines. So I think that's going to wrap up this weather update. You have a good night. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the weekend after tomorrow, all right? And then we got to deal with the heat next week, which that's not something I'm looking forward to. But, of course, it is summer, so it is expected. Anyway, have a good night.